because you have this visionary gift. You have a visionary gift and you can see all the moving parts, all the moving pieces, and it's just so clear to you. But then when somebody else is like trying to catch up to that process, you have to have that patience for them. And you gotta let them be. That's why I'm on my era of like, don't take life so seriously. Because I used to be so militant about trying to get people to see and wake up. And it's like, that's not your job. Just sit with them.
Yeah.
Sitting with them sometimes is just good enough. And actually giving intuitive service has helped me to do that. I don't need to fix everybody. And that was something that I thought I should do. I need to fix the world. I need to, the people that say they want to support, I need them to be top tier, this and that. It's like, no, when I make mistakes, I want to be accepted so I can accept them, to a certain extent. Like if you start like crossing the boundary, crossing the line, then we gonna have to put some
Glad
put some
you said
rules
that word.
down, some groundwork down. But as long as you're trying, that's good enough. I'm not, I'm not the ruler of anybody else's life. I'm not the measure. Sometimes I realize I can't hold people accountable. Girl, do you know how many times there have been people who tell me one thing and then they doing another, and I'm like, don't you know you're doing another thing? And they're like, no, no, and I'm like, I'm not about to argue with you. Go ahead. If you ain't hurting me, then that's okay. I'm not responsible for what you go through in life. And I had to not feel guilty about that. Talk about shame and guilt. Like having
Mm,
that knowledge or feeling like I had that intuition, I had to realize my own ego in it. And
mm,
sometimes the ego
yeah.
brings shame and guilt. Like you didn't do the thing that you were supposed to do. Oh, you didn't change them, you didn't fix them. And it's like that's not my responsibility. They're walking their own journey. So just like you, I had that realization. Like they're in their own journey. It's not my job to fix them. It's my job to just show them another way, another perspective. I think you said that really beautiful. It's just like to show them another perspective. You said it earlier. You show them another perspective and then like let that perspective be. Um and that's maturity, okay? That is maturity. That is spiritual ascension. Because there's been time where I really thought, people were supposed to like I had my own expectations. And I'm like, people are supposed to show up like that as well. But that's also this want to drive the energy rather than
Mm,
being in the energy. I want to direct the energy, going from ego 3D basis. I want to direct and drive it a certain place rather than being present and letting it all fall into place how it's supposed to. So I feel you with that. But yeah, girl, let people support you. Let
I
them
know.
support you in the way they know how to support you. Every effort towards you is multiplied, okay? And it all means something. You got this, okay? Let these people come forth and support.
I mean, at this point, look, I'm just out of my own way when it comes to that. I'm out of my own way. Like, sweetie, move over.
I love it.
But before we go to the next topic, I hope I don't forget the question. But while you were talking, what I was seeing was, so when we introduce somebody to another perspective, it's like we're planting a seed, but it's up to them to water the seed. And sometimes watering the seed is simply a matter of them being in our presence or being in the presence of like either another being or even nature that waters the seed. It's like an energetic thing. You don't necessarily have to like say anything or do anything because the energy is working. So that's what I was seeing when you was talking. I'm like, wow, yeah, that's true. That's really beautiful. Like when we put pressure on ourselves to like save people or even save ourselves. Cause sometimes like with me, when I have health issues, I'll be like, I gotta fix this, which is like really kind of prolonging the problem because I'm believing that there is something to fix.
You said a word. You said a word. Yes. Okay, healing energy come through.
Right?
Oh my
Just let it
gosh.
flow.
Yes, that is so true. Like once again, whatever we focus on, it magnifies.
Yeah.
So we gotta learn how to like let it go. Oh my gosh. Girl.
It's a practice though. Like it sounds real beautiful, but it's really a practice because like letting go, whew, it's like there's this topic that I'm not sure. Should we talk about this? So you said letting go earlier, and you said boundaries. Those was things that really were like not triggers in a bad way, but triggers in a good way of like it had me think about certain topics that I have just like allowed myself to start talking about more openly. And I feel like letting go is one of those things that we really have to be compassionate with ourselves and graceful for the actual process of letting go because we can think we let something go yesterday and then we interact with a person or a situation or a circumstance that have us realizing, honey, we did not let go all the way. I just had to get that out because it came through. So just just let it go, baby.
Like, yeah. Sometimes
Do
you
you feel
ignore.
like
You gotta be a little bit like you gotta some things like when they show up again, you have to react differently. And I
oh
find
yeah.
that letting go is like literally just ignoring it. Like, did that happen? I don't know. What was
Mm-hmm.
that? Yeah.
See
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
But
And
I
it's
want to tie it to boundaries because sometimes letting go is about letting go of the version of yourself that wanted to please people or to be nice when really it might have been an opportunity for you to assert a boundary. Because that's a thing that I have seen in my life. How do you feel like that has shown up in your life? Because if we're 3-5, then boundaries is one of those things our shadow might possibly have issues with really asserting.
girl, why are you tapping in right now? Don't do that.
We
There
about to play a
are
game
okay.
after this, so this is the last one.
Oh, you are tapping into some current shifts that actually yes, I'm working on that. You're like, where do you basically I'm taking the question as where do you not have a boundary or where are you learning how to have boundaries? With taking in information and listening to certain accounts of situations and experiences. Being somebody who is intuitive and who is a listener, I love listening to people. I didn't think I needed a boundary when it comes to listening to people. And letting them kind of stay in the feelings that they're like constantly projecting, and I'm like, you're in a cycle of perpetuating the same thing. You're perpetuating the same responses, the same habits, and you're also telling me you want to change. Now, the reason why I don't have a boundary or didn't have a boundary with that before was because I'm a listener, right? And I was also accepting, oh, it's not your job to fix somebody, right? And so it's having that balance. Where do I step in and where do I step out?
Yeah.
When I would listen and let people like go on and on and on, I'm like, look, they shouldn't be saying this after like 2 or 3 sessions talking to you. You need to like say no. And that's where I'm getting where I'm drawing that line, where I'm creating that boundary with letting people emotionally dump on me. If
Mm.
it's like a little it sounds all over the place right now because I'm still going through it right now. But it's
No, it's very clear to me.
like just like stepping in at the right place. Like when I'm in service to someone, be in service. But if it's like friendships, just let it be friendship.